Yeah, buddy. iPhone 13 Pro Max in all its glory. Why would I do this to myself? That's the question, right? Well, wanted to switch the game up just a little bit. So, I haven't had an iPhone since the 3G back when it was originally released. And just a little bit of time that I've been messing with this since I got it today. Just a little bit of time that I've been messing with this. It really reaches out to some different types of people. I really like that it does stuff for the hearing and the visually impaired. I like that. I like that it has options for them too. It's a little bit unsettling finding where everything is in here, but it's in here initially, you know what I mean? I'm working it out. I'm getting some my apps and stuff in here. Got wallpapers going. I still got to do ringtones and stuff. I'm not really worried about that. What I'm worried about is just being able to get to the things that I need. My banking apps and stuff like that were really great for the fingerprint scanner. Just good. Face ID is going to be a little bit of a different task, but this thing feels really good in the hands. I like it. Feels really good. There's a few things missing, like at the top. I'm used to where the battery is. I'm used to getting a percentage, so I have to put that in a widget now on my home screen. So same things, just different ways of doing it. I like the color. I like the materials. It's a good looking device, and I have the S22 Ultra upstairs, which is getting passed on to my wife. She's now gonna be the new owner of my S22 Ultra, and I'm gonna be using the 13 Pro Max. And I'm shooting this video off of the Z Fold 3. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 will still be in my arsenal. And once again, you're probably asking why I did this to myself. Wanted something different. Want to do something different. You know, I see all these new Huawei's, the Vivos, the new Z Fold 4 was just released. The Z Flip 4 was just released. I had the Z Flip, would never have another one of those, and I have my reasons for that, but the Z Fold is an awesome phone. I have the 3, and it's holding up to everything that I could put it through, and Android will forever and ever and ever and ever be a part of my life. Probably. Just because of how much it has to offer with entertainment and, you know, watching movies, and it's just something that I'm very familiar with from the ground up. I am completely familiar with, and this all began with one of these, not necessarily the 13 Pro Max, but the iPhone 3G was the beginning of it for me. So I got the 3G, and from there I had Windows phones, and then I got a hold of my first Samsung Galaxy S3, I believe it was, or the S2, and it was all uphill from there. But I wanted to do something different, and that's what we're doing, man. Doing something a little bit different. I want to see what Apple can do for me in my everyday life. So this is going to be going with me to work, and I'm leaving the S22 and the Z Fold at the house. So this is what we're going to be doing for the next 7 days. I'm going to do a rundown and see how she does for me. So now, comparative to the S22 Ultra, she's a little bit smaller. The S22 Ultra is a big phone. So when you guys call this a big clunky phone, kind of put it in perspective, you know? Depends on how big these are for you too, to consider clunky. If you have small dainty hands, then this might be huge. I personally can palm my Z Fold 3 and hold it with no problems, but I do have bigger hands, so yeah, it's all depends on the owner and the operator. This is just a new way of doing the same things. Really, there's some channels out there that kind of made me think about this. With the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip coming out, I was at a kind of a standstill with the S22 Ultra. Gets great service, great battery life. It does everything that I needed to do. There's just one thing though. It's centered around the S Pen, and that's just not something that I use. I don't really use the S Pen, to be honest with you. It's there, but I don't really use it. So, is it a deal breaker for me not to have that in my life? Absolutely not. So, to go to a device that's a little bit smaller, screen size and hand size, just all around size, is a nice change. But we're going to see in the next 7 days how this works for me. But you guys wish me luck, man. I thought it was going to be a terror getting this thing set up and signed in, and I already had an Apple ID from back when I had my 3G. So it was pretty forthcoming and moved right along, man. It's nice. This feels really good in the hands, and we're going to see how it performs with my everyday life. Maybe I still need to bring the Z Fold or the S22 Ultra to work just to have an Android around, so that if I can't make it, we'll see, you guys. Stay tuned. It's just an Android guy going to Apple. Or was I originally an Apple guy that went to Android? Yep, I was definitely an Apple guy that went to Android, because rooting existed. Jailbroke my iPhone, loved it. The hardware could not keep up with what I was trying to initially get it to do. And Android was always the look that I was trying to achieve for whatever reason on my iPhone. So that's what I ended up switching to be able to mess around with root and do different kernels and stuff like that. That was what I was interested back in the day, was new developing applications and root methods and stuff like that. So that's why I shined away from Apple whenever all of that was going on. I was real big into rooting and doing all the different ROMs and stuff like that. And obviously that's not really much of a thing now, especially with phones being locked into carriers. But if you're still doing that, that's awesome, man, because I used to love doing it. I'd like to get back into it. I just don't really know how to do that at this point in time. If maybe you have any ideas on that or whatever, you might want to shoot me a comment and maybe direct message me. But until then, we're going to be testing out this iPhone 13 Pro Max and seeing how it can stand up to my life. You guys stay tuned, subscribe, comment, Let me know what you think. Am I crazy or just wanting to do something different? Holler.